In the red corner, the barnacle head who just blew in from Stupid Town, it's Patrick Star. And in the blue corner, a living testament that the apple never falls far from the tree, it's Chris Griffin. Today, I'm diving into Patrick and Chris's most sub-10 IQ moments of all time to find out whether land or sea is home to the bigger moron. Each idiot can get 3 points max per category. 1 for being a hazard to themselves, 2 for being a hazard to those around them, and 3 for being a hazard to their entire community. So with that out of the way, let the Battle of the Bozos commence. First up, Patrick, and that time he attempted to work at the Krusty Krab. In Big Pink Loser, Pat wants to win an award like SpongeBob, so he gets a job at the Krusty K and knows his way around about as well as Chris knows the difference between a computer and a toaster.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick. I'm not a Krusty Krab.
Patrick, that's the name of the restaurant.
Patrick feels like the most incompetent worker of all time, so SpongeBob assigns him a task he thought even the biggest idiot in town could pull off.
This time I've got something I know you can do. We're gonna open a jar. Easy, now you try.
Spoiler alert, opening a jar was harder for Patrick than rocket science.
Now, take the lid off the jar. Just relax, lift your hand. Great, we're almost there. Now put it on the lid. No, the lid. The lid. The lid. The lid. The lid. The lid, the lid, the lid, the lid, the lid, the lid. Almost there.
With SpongeBob's help and words of encouragement, Pat is finally able to take off the lid. His years of brain training have paid off, so he heads home feeling super proud, and SpongeBob tells him to do exactly what he does, and he'll have an award in no time. Well, the next day, Patrick takes that advice just a tad too literally.
I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready.
Well, back to the old grind.
Well, back to the old grind.
Forgot my hat.
Me too.
Patrick really wants an award, so he keeps copying everything SpongeBob does, even causing second-degree burns.
Oh!
Aha! You're copying me!
SpongeBob becomes so annoyed, he runs out of the Krusty Krab and starts whacking himself with a hammer. He was hoping that would make Patrick stop copying him, but it's not like he had any brain cells to lose anyway.
I used to do this way before I started copying you.
In the end, Patrick wins an award for doing absolutely nothing longer than anybody else and returns to his rock to protect his title. There is no one under the sea who could ever beat him in a laziness contest, that's for sure. But if Patrick came to land, I'm sure Chris Griffin would give him a serious run for his money. Dude's so stupid and lazy, he won't even move when the house goes up in flames.
Oh my God, Chris is still in there. Somebody save Chris!
Of course, dying in a fire was only the second worst thing that could have happened to Chris that night.
You know what? He's earned that.
If you're familiar with Herbert's proclivities, you'll know his sole mission in life is Chris whatever it takes, for as long as it takes. 23 seasons later, and he's yet to succeed, thankfully. But Chris is so stupid, he's completely oblivious that a predator is leering after him. Oh wait, maybe he does have the slightest of inklings.
Are you a...
Either way, willingly flopping into the spider's web like a clueless fly definitely warrants a point on the demo meter.
Hi, I ran away from home. Do you mind if I live with you?
Chris farted so bad that night he survived Herbert's House of Horrors untouched. Yes, apparently even PDF files have turnoffs. But speaking of near-deadly events, remember the episode German Guy? Yep, it's another Herbert episode. Lois wants Chris to find a hobby outside of jorking it, so he befriends an old German puppeteer named Franz Gutentag. A local paperboy hanging out with another old man was of course bound to break a certain somebody's heart.
Wow, I think you're just about my most favorite guy who's gonna die soon.
That's the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me.
Oh no!
Herbert is horrified that another man has stolen Chris away from him, but there's another valid reason why he doesn't support their friendship. And honestly, it's downright valid.
Chris is friends with an...
What?
At first, I wasn't sure it was him, but I got a closer look, and now there's no question in my mind. Franz Gutentag is really Lieutenant Franz Schlicknacht, the most sadistic SS guard in all of Hitler's concentration camps.
Peter and Lois don't believe Herbert's ridiculous story, so they continue allowing Chris to hang out with Franz. However, the teen soon discovers that his neighbor was telling the truth all along.
What the?
So now you know the truth.
I promise I won't tell anyone. Just let my dad go.
Oh, I'm afraid that is quite impossible.
Franz holds his guests captive in the basement to stop his secret from getting out. But Peter disarms him, and now it's up to Chris to pull the trigger. Should be easily done, right?
Quick, shoot him, Chris! What are you waiting for?
How do I know which one to shoot?
What?
How do I know which one is the real dad?
Wait, we don't even look the same!
All right, when's my birthday?
February 8th.
Ah!
Dad!
There, that's more like it.
After all the terrible stuff Peter's done in the show, even standing right next to him, it's still oddly satisfying to see him get shot. Chris just had to aim a little up and to the right, bang! Never be another chicken fight again. Herbert battled Franz and saved the day, but can we just talk about how Chris was so frackin' stupid even Peter was shocked? This has actually happened a few times in the show, would you believe? And Peter, Chris, and Brian, Peter the same guy who fights a giant chicken for no reason, was shocked by his son's violent shenanigans.
Look, Peter, I'm glad you're thinking about Chris's future, but he's fine. He's a perfectly normal kid.
Are you crazy? Look at him! He's over there intentionally giving himself a nosebleed.
Yay! My nose is finally a woman!
And remember that time Chris got into a brutal brawl with a lamp? Yeah, he sure showed that inanimate object who's boss.
I don't know, Max. The kid's not exactly an honor roll student. Watch. Hey, he did it. See?
Peter, you took me in, fed me dinner, came to temple with me. You're a nice family. I have faith that Chris will grow up to be a real mensch.
Chris could have damaged the wiring of the lamp and caused a house fire, so he gets 2 points for his wrestling match. But what is it with this kid and lamps, man? When he's not competing in the decorative lighting WWE, he's using the appliance to slap the frick out of Meg.
Oh, Chris, I'm glad you're here. Swing that lamp at me.
But you'll get hurt.
No, I won't. I'm gonna dodge it.
Oh my God! Are you okay?
Oh, that's gotta leave a mark. But imagine if Patrick threw it at her, in a coma for 3 weeks at minimum. Everybody knows that starfish is tough enough to get into the salty spittoon.
You're going down, Tubby.
Tubby? Nobody calls me Tubby!
Wait, Patrick. You're supposed to let me win, remember?
Leave it to Patrick to violently forget a plan he agreed to 5 minutes ago. But thinking about it, I'd rather take the lamp to the face and walk away with a black eye than suffer the pain Squidward felt that time he went jellyfishing with SpongeBob and Patrick.
Firmly grasp it! That ought to do it.
His bones were already broken as well. 10 out of 10 on the pain scale. 10 out of 10. So, while Patrick claims there's only a specific time of the day when he acts stupid,
Don't you have to be stupid somewhere else?
Not until 4.
in reality, he's a moron 24/7. Hell, he's even dumber than the rock he sleeps under.
Spider! Spider! Get off me! Get off me!
That's just one example of Patrick's pea-sized brain making him hurt his best friend. From permanently gluing SpongeBob to a ringer.
There you go, buddy! Now you're stuck forever!
Gee, thanks, Patrick. Now I'm stuck forever.
To leaving him in a tanning bed to get melanoma like 50,000 times.
Well, Patrick, how do I look?
The inner machinations of Patrick's mind make him a very deadly friend indeed, if you can even call him that. Pat's always hurting SpongeBob, but what's the most stupid example of this abuse? Well, that's definitely the Splinter episode. I apologize in advance for having to show you this episode. In The Splinter, SpongeBob slips on tartar sauce and gets a gnarly, and that's putting it lightly, splinter in his thumb.
Hey, a splinter.
Are we sure SpongeBob isn't tough enough with the salty spittoon? That splinter looks so brutal. Like, I think even Reg would have cried. SpongeBob can't hold his spatula anymore, so he starts using his nose to make patties. Remind me again why anybody eats here? After getting poked in the eye with the spatula, Squidward decides to mess with his annoying colleague a little.
When Mr. Krabs finds out, oh man.
Finds out what?
Finds out about this injury.
You mean my splinter?
He'll be forced to send you home.
Home, but I'm fine.
Here, let me take this for you.
Why? Hey, wait, I'm fine.
Scared he'll be sent home and have to take the day off, SpongeBob calls the one friend he can always count on, Patrick. That was sarcasm, obviously.
Ow!
There appears to be a little bit of swelling.
Dr. Patrick tries correcting his butchered operation with the very first thing he can find, garbage from the dumpster. Now SpongeBob's splinter is quite literally the Kilimanjaro of puss.
That doesn't look good.
Realizing he can't fix what he started, Patrick says his shift is over and walks out, leaving SpongeBob with an even worse splinter. He says garbage is the garbage he smeared all over his patient, and it was actually Mr. Krabs who helped SpongeBob out in the end. He really should have gone to a real doctor for that splinter, though. And you know who else needs a real doctor? The idiot who takes anabolic fart injections just so he can fart on demand.
See that kid? He's a gamer. Great job, Chris. Now go hit the showers. Meg, you miss 100% of the farts you don't take. That kid's going places. He's going all the way.
If only they knew.
That's my boy!
The first step to recovery is admitting you have a problem. Imagine Chris entering the rehab center like, "Hi, my name's Chris. I'm addicted to farting on my dog." He'll literally make the guy on meth, fentanyl, heroin, crack, and cocaine seem normal. Alrighty, folks, we've hit the intermission on this epic showdown, so it's time to check in on those scores. Patrick is soaring high with a whopping 18 points on the dumb-o-meter, while Chris is chilling at 11 on the stupidity scale. The conversion rate is 1-to-1 here. Kinda crazy that Patrick's winning, though, especially considering the Family Guy has like 7 more seasons than SpongeBob. Wow. While C is kicking Land's butt harder than Flats the Flounder right now, there's still a chance Chris could come out on top in the end, so let's get back to the Battle of the Bozos, shall we? Up next, that time Chris put the whole town at risk by driving like he has no brain cells. Well, to be fair, he actually doesn't, but in Trading Places, Peter plays Touch the Dirt Bike, and after 9 hours with no brakes, he wins by actually outsmarting his opponent.
This dirt bike is mine!
Like heck it is.
Hey, check your phone.
Why?
I just sent you a picture of a kitten in sunglasses.
Well, this I gotta see. Hello, cool kitty.
Oh, and we have a winner!
Ah, darn it.
So after spending days annoying everybody with his new bike, Peter leaves it unattended in the garage, just waiting for Chris to find.
What do you say we take it for a spin?
Chris, get off there. You shouldn't be sitting on that.
Come on!
That's fake.
Meg hops on the dirt bike, and thanks to her idiot brother's terrible driving, she almost gets knocked out. Although I'm quite shocked the smell of Chris's armpits didn't already do that.
Hey, Meg, check it out. I'm gonna jump that fire hydrant.
Chris, don't. You're gonna wreck Dad's bike.
Too late. I already narrowed my eyes.
Look at what you did!
You mean look what 2 black teenagers did when they stole Dad's bike?
Well, if this video was who's more racist, I think we all know Chris would win. Actually, you know what? Maybe he wouldn't, as we kind of see in this next clip.
Yeah, well, I think you're ugly. Yellow is ugly.
Anyway, Chris tearing through Quahog like a feral toddler on wheels endangered his whole community, so he gets 3 points on the dumb-o-meter this time around. Shame he didn't run over Herbert while he was at it, though. Moving on to the episode Pat No Pay, Patrick is experiencing Krabby Patty withdrawal, so he eats 50 Krabby Patties. When he can't pay the bill, Mr. Krabs makes him work for free to settle the debt. Now, we've seen him work for the Krusty Krab before, and this time, guys, he's blown in from Stupider Town.
Wait. So, Patrick, how are you? What in blazes did you do? I accidentally tried the hand soap.
Soap is poisonous to consume, so Patrick gets 1 point for snacking on that right after he's eaten 50 Krabby Patties with extra cheese. Kinda get it though, like that soap does look like a delectable dessert. Does this mean I have pica, or is cartoon food just so good even the inedible stuff looks edible? After destroying the freezer, Krabs assigns Patrick to trash duty and warns him if he screws this up, he'll never have a Krabby Patty ever again.
Because if you mess this up, you'll never eat another Krabby Patty again.
Hurry!
Is the most serious form of blackmail, so Patrick panics and starts chucking all the trash bags in as fast as he humanly can. Or inhumanly, he's a starfish. And I guess now we know why he couldn't foot the bill earlier. He don't even know what money looks like.
Patrick, that's not a trash bag!
Why won't you go down?
Mr. Krabs lost half of his body fighting for a singular dollar. So he might actually skin Patrick alive for something like shredding an entire sack of beautiful money. The trash chute is struggling to slice the money up, and with stupid Patrick repeatedly flicking the power switch, it was only a matter of time before it burst like a giant paint bubble.
Can I eat now?
I mean, I want to call Patrick a kelp for brains, but that's offensive to kelp. For blowing up the restaurant, you'd think Krabs would have banned Patrick from the Krusty Krab altogether for life, but he was allowed to keep stuffing his face with patties for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and of course, the 3 a.m. snack.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
Thank frick. Imagine if Chunky wasn't allowed to eat his favorite burger again. He might actually go insane and eat Gary or something. Not that there's much meat on him anyway, not after the pet sitter from hell starved him.
Doesn't that feel better? Okay, let's see. Gary's eaten. He's had his bath. Time to watch the TV!
Patrick stupidly ate all of Gary's food, so he gets 2 points for that. By now, it should be clear that animals and idiots do not mix. And if you don't believe me, just ask Chris's pet furfish.
Hey, Chris, I wanted to talk about what happened at school. Is that a dead gerbil in there?
That's a fur fish. It's a weird species. You put them in there and they swim like hell for like 30 seconds and then they go to sleep. This joker still hasn't woken up. Get up, lazy!
Chris gets 2 points for drowning the gerbil. I mean, we counted Gary the snail, so it's only fair, right? Pets are never safe in the hands of idiots, and neither are little kids. While Patrick's way too busy working overtime to be around children.
You know, it's not as easy as it looks. Sometimes I gotta move the antenna, sometimes I lose the remote, and sometimes my butt itches real bad.
Oh, you poor thing. By the way, you forgot your briefcase.
Oh, so this is the thanks I get for working overtime.
Chris Griffin needs a restraining order against every child under 5 in Quahog. In He's Black, he literally smashed a vase over Rollo's head because why not?
Hey, I just realized we're the Rock.
What do you mean?
Together, you and I make one biracial wrestler. Do you have any folding chairs?
No.
That's all right, I'll use this. Folding chair!
Ow!
What was that?
Lois would have let that slide, but this is how moron teenagers get handled over at Cleveland's house.
What are you doing?
Making sure you learn your lesson.
Ow, it hurts! It hurts! I can't believe Japanese men pay good money for this!
Spanking obviously didn't teach Chris a lesson because he went on to whack his own brother over the head right after the lady baby suffered a concussion.
But you can't make a helmet for the inside.
Chris, are you crazy?
Shh, let's just let him sleep this off. Look how peaceful he is. I wonder what's going on in that little head of his.
Well, we know there's nothing going on in Chris's head, that's for sure. I mean, how could this idiot believe another whack to the head would cure Stewie's concussion? The baby ended up in the hospital after that, and when Chris came to visit, he didn't exactly bring flowers to apologize.
Chris, what the hell?
There is a room where you can go in and just get free people.
Yeah, you should give that back.
Yep, Chris just flat out kidnapped a newborn baby from the maternity ward. Quahog's hospital really needs better security. I guess they're overrun thanks to all of Peter's shenanigans. Oh yeah, and since we're already on the subject of Chris giving Stewie head injuries, remember Brian Griffin's House of Pain? It was the episode where Chris knocked his baby brother down the stairs and thought he'd totally recover from this monstrosity without medical attention.
Maybe we should take him to the hospital. I think the maggots have evolved to the point that they've developed space travel.
Stewie always bounces back from his near-fatal accidents, what can I say? He really is as strong as Chris's digestive system. In the new adventures of old Tom, Brian pretends he's rich to impress a woman he met at the jewelry store and buys a $10,000 ring with the intention of returning it later. Peter was bound to eat it, but since he was lost like a little kid at the mall, the expensive ring was destined to enter the slightly less fat but more stupid Griffin.
No, I left the ring right here.
If you're referring to the ring that I thought was a lug nut, I ate it.
What? Why would you eat a lug nut?
I was dared.
By who?
By myself. I have low self-esteem.
We should check in on this guy more.
Oh my god, this can't be happening. Chris, that was a diamond ring. Do you know how expensive that was?
Swallowing a diamond ring cannot be healthy, so the teen gets the point for putting himself in danger of an intestinal blockage. Brian only had 24 hours to return the ring, but thankfully Chris's digestive system made it just in the nick of time.
Hey, Shelby.
Brian?
It's coming!
Oh my god!
Yes, I'd like to make a return, please. And maybe take you to dinner?
Brian, I don't care that I was diarrheaed on. I care that you weren't honest.
I care that I was diarrheaed on. I care a great deal.
Stewie should be grateful it was only Chris who crapped on him. Patrick's bowels are so messed up he literally killed Squidward's toilet. As you all know, Stewie, Brian, and Chris have had some pretty disastrous adventures over the show. And yes, dumb Chris is the bane of pretty much all of them. In Peter Normal Activity, Brian gets glasses and irritates Stewie by acting intelligent. The baby vows to destroy his new specs and tells Chris to cut the lock off Brian's locker while they're in the sauna. So only 2 words from that sentence registered in his teeny tiny little brain.
I did it! I locked us in the sauna!
You what?
It's turned up high and nobody is coming for the whole weekend.
Forget heat stroke. The real danger of being locked in the sauna with Chris is the awful stank. Seriously, how do they survive a whole weekend trapped in a tiny room with Captain B.O.? Being the good baby bro he is, but mainly just looking for an excuse to use the time machine, Stewie takes Chris on a historical tour so he can learn about the past with his own eyes.
First stop, Washington, D.C. The year is 1803. Now, the man at the podium is Thomas Jefferson. He's trying to convince Congress to approve the Louisiana Purchase.
Come on, guys. We're getting Oklahoma, Arkansas, Nebraska, Kansas, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Louisiana.
Stewie, Brian, and Chris continue soaring through important historical events like D-Day and not so important ones like Double D-Day.
Be careful, it could be a booby trap.
Despite the mess they made in Back to the Pilot, Brian kills Pavlov to make dogs everywhere proud, and Stewie even gives money to young Hitler. Didn't stop the whole World War II thing from happening, though.
Sir, please take this money and use it to pursue your dreams.
Danke. Stewie, I think that was a young Hitler.
Yeah, but before all the crazy stuff.
Chris has just witnessed hundreds of years of history before his very own eyes, but he still don't know jack. They approach 1912, and as the moron has never opened a history textbook or listened to Celine Dion in his life, this is just a fun little boat ride for him.
If I'm such a moron, then how did I get on a fancy boat? See you later, douchebags!
Oh, crap. Chris is on the Titanic?
No, it's okay, Brian. We'll just go back in time to before Chris ran off.
Oh, and I took your fancy smoke detector!
Stewie and Brian were forced to get on board, so the idiot gets 2 points for endangering his family. When the Titanic hits the iceberg, the rushing water destroys the time pad. With just hours before she hits the bottom of the Atlantic, the Griffins are in deep trouble, but there's no way a family as rude and pushy as them wouldn't get a seat on the lifeboats.
Get out of my way, you son of a...
I can't swim without my striped one piece.
Everyone move over. We're getting on this boat.
Please, take my baby!
Yeah, I'm sorry. If I take your baby, I'm gonna have to take everyone's baby. Can you believe that woman? Putting me on the spot in front of everyone.
Stewie repaired the time pad, and back in the present day, Chris didn't have to do the test anymore.
I just hope that Chris killing one extra man on the Titanic didn't alter anything in the present. There he is, Nigel Harpington.
Isn't that the name of Chris's history teacher?
Yes, I think you're right, which means that Chris's history teacher was never born.
Chris passed the 9th grade as his new hippie teacher didn't believe in tests, but how did he even graduate preschool? The teen might be leading the dumbass duel now, folks, but Patrick might overtake him faster than his rock beat Gary in the Great Snail Race. See, Chris's stupidity rarely impacts Quahog as a whole, but how many times has Patrick terrorized the whole of Bikini Bottom? He almost killed everyone in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
SpongeBob!
some reason, the whole town paid $9 to watch the announcement of the Krusty Krab 2 manager, so Pat gets 3 points for gate crashing the event and almost killing everyone there. In Sandy, SpongeBob, and the Worm, the town was under attack from an Alaskan bullworm, and what was Patrick's genius solution? To take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else.
Push! Push!
Those were two iconic times Patrick unleashed hell on Bikini Bottom, but I think the most memorable has gotta be the whole alien hunting fiasco. In Sandy's rocket, Sandy and SpongeBob are gearing up to visit the moon, but Patrick wants to keep their spaceship safe from little green men.
I guess you won't be needing this alien repellent for your trip.
Alien repellent? Let me see that. New alien out window protectant. Does not stop burglars.
SpongeBob agrees to spray the rocket's windows, but Patrick opens the rocket, runs inside, and starts treating the control room like his own personal arcade.
Look, I'm winning!
Patrick, cut that out! Patrick, come on! We can't hang around in here. This is Sandy's big rocket.
SpongeBob accidentally launches the rocket, and while the goofballs are playing around in zero gravity, the rocket does a U-turn around the moon and lands right back in Bikini Bottom. If these two had one brain cell between them, they'd realize what just happened, but oh no, it's gotta be the evil aliens trying to trick them, right?
The aliens are projecting our memories onto the environment. You're trying to confuse us, Patrick.
So you mean to say they've taken what we thought we think and make us think we thought our thoughts we've been thinking our thoughts we think we thought?
While Sandy heads to the moon to reclaim her rocket, SpongeBob and Patrick go alien hunting. First on the hit list, the most hideous alien of them all and its unborn twins.
It's awake!
Let's capture the little phony.
Ah! Get away from me! Ahoy there, lads! Up a bit late to be playing pirate, aren't ye?
SpongeBob and Patrick hold Mr. Krabs at gunpoint and throw him in the cargo, too. Then they begin their reign of terror over Bikini Bottom, breaking into any building they can find and capturing every single terrified fish one by one.
SpongeBob, what are you doing here so late? Whatever this is...
It's going on your permanent record!
After kidnapping Sandy, SpongeBob accuses Patrick of being an alien too. I thought another black eye was for sure heading his way, but Patrick's so stupid, SpongeBob don't even need to defend himself.
Oh, but it's not you that's got me! It's... me that's got me!
SpongeBob flies to the moon, and the episode of course ends with him realizing the terrible mistake he's made.
Uh-oh.
SpongeBob, we aliens would like a word with you!
That was the end of Patrick's war with space aliens, but what about his battle against Chris? Well, the eldest Griffin's son has achieved 29 points in this duel. For someone who doesn't get as much airtime as the other characters, that's downright impressive. In a bad way, obviously. And Patrick, with 34 total points, he's the champion of the Bozo battle, the absolute star of being a complete and utter barnacle head. Want to see more insane videos like this one? Click the screen right about now. And as always, thank you for watching.